Alright people, so it's kind of late, but I am here with my Smackdown review now. Yesterday I had a lot of shit going on. Thursday that would be, I had a lot of shit going on. Work, and a bunch of other shit, so I didn't really get to watching Smackdown. Today, I didn't get home till around, I don't know, 4 o'clock. I was pretty tired today, 3, 4 o'clock. I actually got home a little bit before that. Got home then, actually made some videos, then went out to eat. So I didn't really get, around to watching it. I had a lot of shit going on. So that's why this review is coming up so late. But it's finally here. And so yeah, let me just get this review started off. To get the show started off, we have Bryan coming up, cutting a promo. It was alright, I guess. I mean, okay promo. I mean, he talked about how, doctors didn't want him to come back, or they said his career would be over. I mean, it wasn't that bad of a promo. I thought it wasn't great or anything. It wasn't not great, but I mean, it wasn't horrible either. A lot better than a Triple H promo, so that was alright. And then, of course, you get the Authority coming out. No shock there, and it's that leads into the Bryan and Kane match, which was a boring match. They're going to bring back Daniel Bryan, and they're acting like his injury was all because of Kane. Well, that's not what they were saying. It's like they just made this up now that Kane injured Daniel Bryan. I mean, they're just kind of making it up. Like, that doesn't even make any sense, because after Kane and Daniel Bryan did their thing there with the 3 tombstones, Bryan wrestled for like another month. So it doesn't even make any sense. Again, this company just doesn't make any sense. And we all know that's not where he got injured. You think they could give us some honesty here. It's pretty obvious. It's hard for me to take this seriously, because we know Bryan got hurt, his neck got hurt over time. Alright, it had nothing to do with Kane. But this match was just fucking boring. And here we go again. You figure that they could do something else in Bryan. I see on Bleacher Report they post an article about advocating for them to do another Bryan versus Authority storyline. Why would you fucking do that? That is the most retarded idea ever. When Bryan versus the Authority feuded for like fucking over half the year. They feuded from SummerSlam until Bryan left, which was, SummerSlam to Mania, I believe, is 6 months. And then, so about 7-8 months they were feuding. And we're going to do it again? Why? What's the fucking point? We've already seen it. It's not like it was that great either. Even if it was great, I want to see different shit. So, we get Bryan defeating Kane. Of course, a DQ finish again. You can't just have a clean finish in big matches. It's his first match back. Might as well give him a clean win. But no, we're gonna bring 10,000 people out to ringside and do another screw job finish. So it's a disqualification. I think the match was bad, boring fucking match. I was actually getting nervous because I saw Bryan was kind of cutting back on his moveset. Like he was going for a suicide dive and he did a baseball slide. But then, in the second match, he picked it up a little. But anyway, this match was pretty bad. I gave it 1 out of 5 stars. Just boring. And then, Triple H comes out. I'm going to make a 6-man tag. How original. You figure it's Thursday, Smackdown, coming to Thursday. They're going to do something different. But they're going to do the same shit they do. Have a match and then create a 6-man tag out of the first segment. They've done that numerous times on SmackDown. Then we get Miz and Mizdow and Alicia Fox defeating the Usos and Naomi. I'm tired of this feud. I mean, we're seeing matches between the Usos and Miz and Mizdow like every fucking week now. I'm sick of it. They have to move on. I mean, the Miz and Mizdow should have already beaten the Usos. They should have already been well past them. But now we're stuck in the middle of a fucking, it's like on the freeway you're going and you're stuck in the middle of a big backup. I mean, that's what I feel right now with the Usos. I mean, they're just fucking horrible wrestlers. I mean, they're actually not, their moveset isn't horrible, but they just keep doing the same moves over and over again. I was watching, Uso was doing the move where he does his, whatever that's called, the, backflip twister thing off the top rope, whatever. And he was looking down the whole time, his opponent's right by him, so he's looking down, he steps up, he doesn't even look back. I mean, that's not realistic. I think that when you're doing like a moonsault or something, you should at least look back to make it seem realistic. But, just a boring match, the same old shit. You know, and Miz and Mizdow are winning like every time, but they're not the tag champions. I mean, I don't even know what the fuck they're doing with everything in this company. It just makes no sense to me. Then we get actually something good between actually talented people. We get Paul Heyman, who has a fucking great promo, coming out there with Seth Rollins, who also can cut a good promo. It was just really entertaining television right here. Like, from start to finish, his promo was very, very good. You know, you had Heyman talking, he cut a good promo there, talking about how Brock Lesnar is very enraged now, and he actually has kind of a purpose, I guess, to kick Rollins' ass. Then Rollins comes out, and he really gets up in Heyman's face, and he threatens to curb stomp him. It was just a very good promo all around, and Heyman explains why he shouldn't. And, I just really enjoyed it. It was a good promo, very good promo between two good guys, actually cutting a serious, mature promo. I thought it was a little gay there when Rollins got up on the ropes and started like humping Paul Heyman, but I still enjoyed it a lot. Then we get Natalya defeating Nikki. Just a fucking bad match here. I'm glad Natalya won, so I'll give it 1 out of 5 stars because of that. But again, who cares about the Divas division? It's a piece of shit. Nobody gives a shit. So didn't really take too much interest in that. Then we get Bad News Barrett defeating Sin Cara. And people wonder, WWE might wonder why we referred the IC belt, or if we compare it to a piece of shit. This is why. You have Sin Cara, who's a fucking jobber, total fucking jobber, not even close to not being a jobber, beating Wade Barrett last week. Just like that. Wade Barrett comes back, and then Sin Cara just beats him like that. I mean, really? He beats the Intercontinental Champion like that. And this is why the belt is fucking means nothing. When Sin Cara beats the IC Champion and then gets an IC title match, the IC belt doesn't mean shit. So that was stupid. The match actually wasn't that bad. There was some good moves in there, so I will give it 2.5 stars. I was just upset with the whole scenario of the match. Cool ending too, Sin Cara was like jumping off the ropes, and Bad News Barrett, boom, just hit him right in the face. So it was a good ending there and shit. So then we get the main event. We get Bryan and Ambrose and Reigns defeating Kane, Rollins, and Big Show. It started off really boring, like a lot of 6-man tags do, and then the last few minutes it got entertaining. There was a spear there over the announce table. Bryan started getting going, did his typical moves, which was really cool to see him, get back in the ring, do a suicide dive, his, kick in the corner there where he jumps up and kicks him in the face. So it was cool to see Bryan back in wrestling. But the match, I was expecting more. I give it 1.5 out of 5 stars. Just kind of boring. I felt, again, the last few minutes were good, but I mean, overall, the match wasn't that good. So, and this SmackDown wasn't really that good. The only good thing we got really was a Rollins and Heyman promo. I mean, and they were hyping this thing up. They had a commercial about it. They were hyping, SmackDown moving, and they should hype it up. I mean, it's a big announcement and shit. But I was kind of expecting at least a decent episode on the first SmackDown of first Thursday where SmackDown is occurring. But instead, we just got a typical SmackDown for the most part. I mean, yeah, you had... And why is Daniel Bryan's comeback match on SmackDown? SmackDown's a jobber show. His comeback match should have been on Raw. Or just put him in the Rumble. They should have just made him a surprise return at the Rumble. That would have been the most... the best scenario right there. But anyway, I was expecting more. Nothing exciting, really. Nothing out of the ordinary. Maybe except the Heyman and Rollins promo, which was very good. But, I mean, everything else wasn't that good. I mean, if you look through the card here, I mean, you did have Bryan coming back, which, kind of a return, I guess. But other than that, nothing really too good. I mean, Miz, Sandow, and the Usos bullshit. We see that all the time. Natalya defeating Nikki Bella, just a typical Divas match there. Bad News Bear defeating Sin Cara. I mean, jobber. That match should never even happen. Sin Cara does not deserve to be in a IC title match. And I'm not saying Sin Cara is bad or Hunico, whatever, but the scenario just doesn't work. He's not been on TV. He's a jobber. I think he has talent, but I mean, you have to build him up first. And then, the six-man tag was kind of just a typical tag match. So nothing really to speak of. It was better than Raw, though. I'll say that. It was better than Raw. But still, a fucking, for the most part, I'll give it 3 out of 10 stars. I mean, you did have Bryan there. You did have a very good promo there between Rollins and Heyman. But I was expecting more. So, and again, these SmackDown reviews, I will be doing them every other week. I'm not going to do them every week. That's too much. I'll do them every other week. Alright, so next review will come, what's today? SmackDown occurred on the 16th, so, 30th, I think? So next review will be, every other week. So there you go, people. There's your fucking SmackDown review.